I had some further research about the BBC's editorial guideline, and I want to film inside a radio station, like I said before, to interview the DJ. And the advantage is that my documentary will be broadcasted on BBC Three, and Radio 1 is to do with the BBC. So it's not as though there's going to be any problems, because as long as they know I'm basically broadcasting it on a show that's owned by them, I'm sure they'll be fine with it. But they may think that like the things I might say to the interviewee, which is the Radio 1 presenter, may actually get less people to watch the show. So they might think, oh, it's a bit of a risk. Maybe this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, doesn't know what he's doing. And the BBC, they get their money from the audience and from people who watch TV, and that pays the license. And I might get some false information if they suspect me of doing something wrong. They might think, you know what, this guy's not serious, therefore I'm going to tell him something that's not necessarily true. Legal and regulatory considerations for media law. Websites such as iTunes and, just iTunes, because that's the legal site I could find. They might want to keep the information private, but the irony is that even though they're a well-known site, they're actually known for legally downloading, so that could be the irony of it. It may be a problem for the manager of the Apple Store that I want to interview, because he might not want to contribute, and he might think, same as the BBC, that I may be trying to do something suspicious and that they may give false information. And as I said before, the advantage is that Apple actually owns iTunes, so I'm sure they'll be able to give me a lot of information on all the things I need to know. And I also want to film inside the Apple Store, as well as interview the manager, like of all the props and like the computers and the latest gadgets that I'm sure will appeal to a lot of young people as well. There's a campaign for teenage pregnancy that actually does near enough similar things to mine, like the age group, the age range is also 16 to 18, and they're aimed at both male and female. The female pregnancy actually points out the dangers and things, what good things and bad things about pregnancy, and my documentary aims to maybe educate them on the good things of music downloading if you actually pay, and actually tell them about the negative things about music downloading and the consequences. I think that my music downloading documentary will be unique, and the reason I think this is because the angle I'm taking it from, I haven't actually seen any other documentary like that, or I haven't actually seen any documentary about music downloading before anyway, but the thing that really makes it unique is the angle about why consumers see it so negatively. The key elements to this idea, like for example, the humour that I want to use, because most documentaries actually tend to be serious because they want to get across the point, as well as educate and inform the audience, but my one plans to be entertaining. I won't have to pay for most locations that I want to go to, because things like Marks Gate and Chapel Heath, we've all got an Oyster card that doesn't actually expire until next year. But if I wanted to get to somewhere like in central London, I may have to pay for like a train ticket, because I wouldn't want to get like about 6 buses there, even though I've got free travel. It could actually be time consuming. And my documentary won't actually cost a lot, because thanks to the media department, they're already providing us with equipment. Otherwise, it would have come up to about £4,000, £5,000. Commercial viability. Well, my documentary plans to inform my target audience of 16 to 18-year-olds. It will educate my audience by telling them something they may not have already known, and the consequences of what can happen if you illegally download. And it will definitely entertain my audience, I'm sure, because the humour that it's got, and maybe like all the from the intro that I had, it's got lots of different hobbies that I can't really do, and that's going to make my audience laugh and make them feel welcome to the documentary. And also, most documentaries are really serious, as I said before, so that's the really good thing about it. I choose to broadcast it at about 7:50 because BBC Three actually broadcast their shows at about 7 o'clock, after 7. And if I do it about 5-10 minutes before another show called Top Gear starts, lots of people actually watch Top Gear, and they'll be preparing to watch Top Gear, so they won't really go out. And then I'll be thinking, well, if they're preparing to watch Top Gear about 10 minutes before, maybe I should put it on then, so maybe they'll be able to see that and then actually be watching Top Gear straight afterwards. So basically, lots of people will be able to watch it. So it's not as though people won't be here to watch it, because like about 80%, 90% people will actually watch TV on the Saturdays or something like that. And EastEnders is not shown on a Saturday either, which is good because most of the target audience, 16 to 18, are actually into EastEnders and lots of soap operas. And apart from that, I'm finished. But
Nick, can you just pause it?
yeah, that's my story.